Picture this. You're in the middle of a quiet evening stroll, the cool breeze brushing against your face, when out of nowhere, a searing leg cramp locks up your calf like a vice grip. Sound familiar? Here's a jaw-dropper. Did you know that over 60% of seniors over 65 deal with leg cramps at least once a month, and most of them are clueless that what's on their dinner plate could be the key to making it stop? That's right. Those agonizing cramps that wake you up at night or freeze you mid-step don't have to be your reality. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the top 7 foods that can prevent leg cramps in seniors and strengthen your legs for the long haul. These aren't just random guesses. They're backed by science, vouched for by experts, and lived out in the stories of real people who've reclaimed their freedom to move. By the time we're done, you'll have a simple, delicious game plan to kick leg cramps to the curb and feel stronger than you have in years. And stick around, because there's one food on this list that shocked me to my core when I learned how powerful it really is. You won't believe it until you hear it. Let's dive in. Leg cramps aren't just a nuisance. They're a thief. They steal your sleep, your confidence, and sometimes even your independence. But what if I told you that you've got more control over them than you think? We're not talking about popping pills or chasing quick fixes. This is about food. Real, everyday stuff you can grab at the grocery store that works like magic to keep your muscles happy and your legs strong. I've spent hours digging through studies, talking to nutritionists, and listening to seniors who've turned things around. And I'm bringing it all to you right now. These 7 foods are your ticket to fewer cramps, better mobility, and honestly, a happier life as you age. Think of it like this. Every bite you take is either building you up or breaking you down. So why not choose the ones that lift you higher? Let's get started with the first one, because this is where the real transformation begins. First up, bananas. Yes, bananas. You might be thinking, really? The fruit I've been eating since I was a kid. But hear me out. There's a reason athletes swear by these yellow powerhouses. Bananas are loaded with potassium. And potassium is like the conductor of an orchestra for your muscles. It keeps everything in rhythm, making sure your nerves and muscles talk to each other without missing a beat. When you're low on potassium, your muscles can misfire, and that's when those cramps sneak in. Studies show that seniors with low potassium levels are twice as likely to experience muscle cramps. Twice. Now let me tell you about Margaret. She's 72, a retired teacher, and she used to wake up every night with leg cramps so bad she'd hobble around her bedroom in tears. One day, her daughter handed her a banana and said, "Mom, just try this." Skeptical but desperate, Margaret started eating one every morning. Within a week, the cramps were gone. Gone. She told me it felt like someone flipped a switch in her body. Science backs this up. Potassium helps balance the fluids in your cells, and when that balance is off, your muscles tighten up like a coiled spring. So, how do you get more bananas in your life? Toss one in your oatmeal, blend it into a smoothie, or just peel and eat. It's that simple. What's stopping you from giving your legs that kind of relief? Now, let's talk about something a little less obvious. Sweet potatoes. Ever wonder why your grandma's sweet potato casserole felt like a hug in food form? Beyond the nostalgia, sweet potatoes are a secret weapon against leg cramps. They're packed with potassium, sure, but they've also got magnesium, another muscle-loving mineral that's like the unsung hero of this story. Magnesium helps your muscles relax after they contract, so without it, they're stuck in that clenched-up state, like a fist that won't unclench. Research from the National Institutes of Health says magnesium deficiency is linked to more frequent muscle cramps, especially in older adults. I met a guy named Tom, 68, who used to dread his evening walks because his calves would seize up halfway through. He started roasting sweet potatoes a few nights a week. Nothing fancy, just olive oil and a pinch of salt. And within a month, he was walking farther than he had in years. He said it was like his legs finally remembered how to let go. Plus, sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbs, giving you steady energy to stay active without spiking your blood sugar. Roast them, mash them, or even slice them into fries. Your legs will thank you. So what's holding you back from digging into this orange goldmine? Next on the list, almonds. These little nuggets are small but mighty. Have you ever thought about what's quietly sabotaging your muscles? For a lot of seniors, it's not getting enough vitamin E, and almonds are one of the best ways to fix that. Vitamin E is like a bodyguard for your muscle cells. It protects them from damage and keeps blood flowing smoothly so your legs don't stiffen up. A study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people with higher vitamin E intake had fewer muscle cramps, and almonds are a top source. Then there's Ellen, a 75-year-old gardener I spoke with. She used to spend hours tending her roses, but leg cramps would cut her time short. She started snacking on a handful of almonds every afternoon, and not only did the cramps fade, but she felt stronger pulling weeds and carrying pots. Almonds also bring magnesium and healthy fats to the table, keeping your muscles fueled and flexible. Grab a handful as a snack, sprinkle them on a salad, or toss them in a trail mix. Just a dozen a day could make a difference. Isn't it wild how something so small can pack such a punch? Let's shift gears to something cool and refreshing. Watermelon. Yep, the summer picnic star isn't just for kids. Here's a wild fact. Dehydration is behind up to 80% of muscle cramps in seniors, and watermelon is like nature's hydration station. It's 92% water, but it's not just water. It's got potassium, magnesium, and even a little amino acid called L-citrulline that studies say can reduce muscle soreness. Think about that for a second. A food that hydrates you and fights cramps at the same time. I heard from a woman named Clara, 70, who used to sit out her family's backyard barbecues because her legs would cramp up after an hour. Last summer, she started munching on watermelon instead of sipping soda, and she was back to chasing her grandkids around the yard. She said it felt like her legs were 20 years younger. Researchers at Purdue University found that L-citrulline improves blood flow, which means your muscles get more oxygen and nutrients. Less cramping, more strength. Cube it, blend it into a juice, or just bite into a slice. How easy is that? What's keeping you from letting watermelon work its magic? Now, here's one you might not expect. Spinach. Pope was onto something, wasn't he? Spinach is like a multivitamin for your muscles. It's bursting with magnesium, potassium, and calcium. 3 heavy hitters that team up to keep cramps at bay. Calcium, by the way, is the glue that holds muscle contractions together. Too little, and your muscles can spasm out of control. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with higher calcium intake had stronger, less cramp-prone legs. I talked to a guy named Frank, 73, who used to dread getting out of bed because his calves would cramp up the second his feet hit the floor. He started tossing spinach into his morning eggs, and within 2 weeks, he was springing up like a kid again. He laughed and said, "I guess I'm Pope now." Spinach also has nitrates that boost circulation, so your legs stay loose and limber. Saute it, blend it into a smoothie, or throw it in a soup. Your muscles will soak up the benefits. So, why not give your legs the green light they deserve? Let's talk about salmon, because this fish is swimming with benefits. Ever wonder why some seniors seem to glide through their days while others struggle? Omega-3 fatty acids might be the answer, and salmon's got them in spades. These healthy fats reduce inflammation, which can make your muscles tense and crampy if it gets out of hand. A study from the University of Maryland showed that people with higher omega-3 levels had fewer muscle issues as they age. Then there's Doris, 69, a retired nurse who loved dancing but had to stop because of leg cramps. She started grilling salmon twice a week, and 6 months later, she was back on the dance floor, twirling like she was 40. She told me it wasn't just her legs, it was her whole spirit that felt lighter. Salmon's also got vitamin D, which helps your muscles absorb calcium better. Bake it, grill it, or even try it canned, your legs will feel the rhythm. Isn't it time you danced through life a little more? And finally, the one that blew my mind, dark chocolate. Yes, you heard that right. Chocolate. Before you think I've lost it, let me explain. Dark chocolate, the kind with at least 70% cocoa, is rich in magnesium and antioxidants that protect your muscles from stress and fatigue. A study in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that magnesium from sources like dark chocolate can ease muscle cramps by calming overactive nerves. I met a guy named Harold, 71, who used to joke that his leg cramps were his body's alarm clock. His wife slipped him a square of dark chocolate every night after dinner, and a month later, he was sleeping through the night. No cramps, no wake-ups. He grinned and said, "I didn't know dessert could be medicine." The antioxidants also fight inflammation, keeping your legs ready for action. Melt it into a warm drink, nibble a square, or sprinkle cocoa into yogurt. Just don't overdo it, because a little goes a long way. Who knew indulgence could be so good for you? So, let's quickly summarize what we've uncovered today. Bananas bring potassium to keep your muscles in sync. Sweet potatoes load you up with magnesium and energy. Almonds protect with vitamin E and healthy fats. Watermelon hydrates and soothes with L-citrulline. Spinach delivers a triple threat of magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Salmon fights inflammation with omega-3s. And dark chocolate, well, it's the delicious surprise that ties it all together with magnesium and antioxidants. These 7 foods aren't just about stopping leg cramps. They're about giving you the strength and freedom to live your best life, no matter your age. If this video opened your eyes to how simple it can be to strengthen your legs and ditch those cramps, smash that like button and subscribe for more life-changing tips. Tell me in the comments, which of these foods surprise you the most? I'd love to hear your stories or even what you're adding to your plate tonight. Aging might be inevitable, but how you age is up to you. Take control of your legs, your health, and your future, starting right now. I'll see you in the next video.